What do you know?
Hey guys, what do you think of that opening? That was pretty cool. I liked it.
We actually decided to show up here. I've got to send Shy an invite real quick.
Well, while you do that, I need to get my chat working so I can see who's here. And see, part of my problem is I can't get on my own channel and see that I'm live until it's actually there.
Well, would you like me to go through and do some hellos?
Sure.
All right, let me find the proper chat here. I think I'm in the right chat. Looks like it. It's still rolling, so let's see. Judah French, Moonstone Aquatics, John Cox, Delilah's Critters, Pew Fish Zone, John Larson, Danikin Aquatics, what's up, Kenny E, Candy Overhauls, Catfish Terry, how are you? Cody's son, SC Catahulas, I hope I pronounced that correctly. If not, my apologies. Scott's Aquatics, Brandon N, Darlene's Tanks, John McKenzie, Delilah's Critters, Deb Hall D, Nate, rolling through here, Sarah Lynn Snow, and it jumped on me. Back up to there. Mandy Boyd, Sandy Dowdy, Fish Streams, John McKenzie, Pet Exotic / Multiple Aquariums. How are you? Pegasus Sister Rena, good to see you again. And Muppet 929, GRB Aquatics. I'm sure I missed somebody. Mississippi Hippie, what's up? Chris John, Dragon Lair, Pew Fish Zone. I think I got you. If not, hello. If I did, hello again. Tiffany White, how are you? Chewy LTD. I know I missed somebody. Sorry.
Boy, I want to go to this virtual guppy show in the Philippines. That sounds awesome.
Yes. All right, I have to find you again.
Tiffany White's here.
I ran away over to the chat. I have to find the right chat. There we go. All right.
Okay. Well, before we do anything, I want to do our big promotion. This year, we are doing Catfish Christmas. You guys have seen how Pasilia worked when it was all the Pasilias. You guys saw how we did Anabantoid month or Anabantoid August, whatever it was. Now it's Catfish Christmas. We're accepting all entries of any type of cat. That includes Plecostomus, everything. Anything classified as a cat, even glass cats. Catfish, because I guess there's furry cats, but you know what? I like furry cats. Nope, we won't go there. But I get in trouble if I do that.
What if I dress my cat as a fish?
I'll vote for it. That could be part of the art side. But I would definitely vote for that because that'd be so cute. Okay, so we've got all the cats. I thought we were going to end it at Christmas, but it's actually going to go until January, or not January 1st, December 31st? Or is it 30 days?
I think so. We don't have Lefty anymore. He's the one that always yells at us about getting the details right.
I know. Well, it was so funny because I swear, we were in this meeting talking, and we said, okay, we'll call it Catfish Christmas, and ended at Christmas because he was worried about not having time to set up all this stuff while he went back to school because he was off that week. But then he told us, no, it's till the end of the month. So it's like, okay, whatever. Yeah. So that's cool. Bob's here. That's awesome. Pam. Oh, I'm gonna push a couple of shows too. Well, let's keep talking about Catfish Christmas. So, guys, there is a particular website, and I don't know if Zen or Lefty is here to pop it, unfortunately. It's the same website or email, Facebook page as Anabantoid and Pasilia, but now it's called the Fish Community. Is that what it's called, James?
That is a wonderful question, Ed. I'm glad you asked me.
And you probably weren't even listening to what I was saying. Zen's probably ran to the bathroom. She's like, "Oh, a break between shows."
Yeah.
Well,
James shut up long enough for me to get a break.
If Zen comes back, we'll have her post where to send your emails for all your entries. And so it'll be just a lot of fun, and it'll be great. And I think we're going, is it from Thanksgiving to Christmas?
Yeah, he said Thanksgiving, or maybe it was day after Thanksgiving, but it may have also been Thanksgiving. Right in there, either Thanksgiving Day or the day after. Most people aren't going to do it on Thanksgiving, but who knows? I mean, heck, we stream every holiday, so there are definitely people that, they're don't really make plans for holidays. So,
Yep.
but we will find out for sure and get you all the information.
What's a holiday?
Yeah, what's a holiday? I did retail for so many years that holidays don't even exist to me. It's like, oh, that's okay.
That's one of the main reasons why I sold my business. I mean, I was so stinking busy. I was working every holiday and every weekend, and I felt like I was losing my life because I was like always saying no to everybody to be able to go and have fun and stuff, and it just wasn't worth it. And then I tore my cartilage in my knee, and my insurance was stinky. So I was like, it's time to change lifestyle. And that's why I went and started working for the UAW. And my life was a lot more relaxed. But okay. Nevertheless, there's a lot of good Halloween episodes or streams coming out this weekend. I know that Lefty and we're going to start one at 4:15 tomorrow, and he's going to do the countdown of scariest movies of all time. And I'm going to be putting on my costume live on stream. So I'm not for sure how I'm going to do it, but I'm going to try. Well, it's going to happen, but it ought to be worth the while or worth watching. Hopefully it'll look good instead of bad. But then I know that James and I are going to be, James is going to be doing the live stream from the aquarium, or not the aquarium shop. Aquatic Marine.
Yeah, don't go to Aquarium Knoxville. I won't be there, and neither will the donuts. I'll be at Aquatic Marine.
Oh, I'm sorry. I wasn't even thinking that pet store. I was thinking.
That's okay.
I've been wanting to go to my aquarium so bad, but I've just been so stinking busy all week long. I haven't been able to get there. But, okay. It's so bizarre. They have a pet store named the Aquarium. Okay. Don't go there. Go to the Aquatic Marine, see James, and eat some donuts. And then, now, when's Corey start? Is he starting at 9 o'clock?
He is going to be starting at 8 o'clock our time. So he'll actually be streaming over us for the last hour of our show, which is perfectly fine.
Oh, yeah.
But, yeah, we start at 7:30 for the Saturday Night Fever stream because that is our regularly scheduled time. And then Corey's going to fire his up at 8, and I think it's pretty much he's going to go until it's no longer fun.
Now, I thought he said that he was going to start up at 5 his time.
Yeah, 6, 7, 8.
He's 4 hours behind us, isn't he?
Well, if it's 5 there, it's 6, and then it's 7, then it's 8. Because we've got 4 time zones total.
Oh, well, so I'm advertising for Corey over us. That's fine.
That's fine. I love Aquarium Co-op.
Yeah. But this is your one chance because I'm not going to bring it up during the show until the end. and then, so check out Corey. I love watching his holiday stuff. But then Pam is also going to be having a good show, I think at 11 or 10. Boy, all the time zones really confuse me. But Pam that night is going to have an excellent show too, which she's going to have a council of people talking about scary stuff, and that'll be a lot of fun. Yep. So,
and there she just said 8 her time, 10 Eastern time.
Okay, cool. So 10. So that ought to be a lot of fun. And I have no idea if the guys on Sunday will do anything, or just tune in, check out people, see if they do something silly. It'll be fun. Absolutely. But one of my jobs for tomorrow was to write down the top, and see, poor Lefty, he wanted me to write down my top 10 favorite scary movies. And I'm like a huge avid movie goer. I love movies. I couldn't do it. So I gave him my top 20, and I even gave him an honorable mention. So, but one thing that was killing me was there wasn't in that group of movies. There's so many good movies out there. I was going scary for him or creepy, things that just make me go, ugh. but there's a lot of good water and fish and, different things that come out of the water, creepy movies. And I thought we could talk about my top 10 favorite water movies tonight. Now, if y'all hate it, that's fine. I'll just run through my list and Shy and I'll talk. But what's up?
Real quick, we had a fish question come up at the very beginning. I didn't know if you wanted to grab it before we got into that. You want me to read it off to you?
Yeah.
All right. So Nate says, "Hi guys, my brother got 4 convict cichlids for his 10-gallon. He has a 50-gallon. It's a 3-foot tank. He wants to introduce later. The 50 has guppies, a common pleco that's 16 inches, and barbs. I think it's a bad idea. Any thoughts?" Your show, Ed. I'll let you go first.
Okay. There's a reason why I don't have convicts, because they'll probably destroy everything. Well, they're not going to bother your pleco, but eventually your 4 convicts are going to turn into like 150 convicts, would be my guess. And I don't know. I mean, they're going to fill up a 50-gallon tank in no problem, probably. So, I mean, you guys are more of the cichlid people. I've never had convicts in my life, but I think they're going to probably destroy the barbs too, won't they?
Yes, more than likely they are going to. I've got convicts, and those guys, and people are probably going to get mad because, it infers that, yes, in the end, the piranhas did eat the convicts, but it's safer than a generic feeder fish from the pet store typically. And if you're talking about feeding habits and filming feeding habits, you want to show live feeding. That's the only fish I'm using. I'm not using goldies. But I have had little bitty 1.5 to 2-inch convicts hold their ground against piranhas several times. And they're small enough and quick enough to be able to duck and dodge and get a punch in here and there, if you will, get a nip in. And then be able to dart off and hide somewhere that 6-inch, almost a 6 foot, dear God, we don't want 6 foot piranhas, 6-inch piranha.
That'll be a movie remake.
Yeah, I've seen them, do fine, if you will, in a tank with 25 piranha for almost a week before they finally got their butts handed to them. So that being said, they definitely can hold their own against pretty much anything, and they get really aggressive towards most everything. I've seen them tear each other apart, let alone going in with barbs. I don't think that they would mess with the common pleco that size, but if it was a common pleco their size, they would have no problem being a jerk to that thing and harassing it.
The plecos in here, that's actually why the piranha took a chunk out of that big pleco, because he kept saying the convict do it.
Well, there you go.
Is a common
So the convict was like nipping it, and then the piranhas were like, "Oh, you're eatable. Let's try."
Okay, this is 12 inches long. So that pleco is this big. Does he need to be bigger in a bigger tank than a 50-gallon?
I mean, I would recommend it, but that wasn't the question I was asked, right. So that was not the question I addressed. I think that was the elephant in the room, was why is a 16-inch pleco in a 50-gallon aquarium? But yeah, Tiffany White said that's a scary story. 6-foot piranha.
Also, if they don't kill them, the convicts will breed like crazy and eat the guppies and the guppy fries.
And there you go. Kaylor's Aquatics says, I still have 2 of Nathan's convicts, Sand Creek Aquatics. They tank with 2 fire mouths. For the record, those weren't Nathan's convicts that went in there. Those were some that got put on me that somebody had entirely too many because they breed like rabbits.
No, you meant not the Bob.
Yeah, no, I was saying that the ones that the piranhas ate were not Nathan's convicts. Just that way there was no possible inference when he brought up Nathan's convicts that I had fed Nathan's convicts to the piranhas.
Yeah. I mean, I could have gotten 2 of Nathan's convicts also, but I was like, I, don't want them to mess with my fish, man. I like having friendly fish. So.
But yeah, I don't think that's a good idea. Somebody had mentioned you could move those guppies to that 10-gallon and swap them. But I think those barbs are probably still going to get their butts handed to them. You know, barbs can be fin nippy, but they're not nearly as aggressive as convicts.
Yeah, tell them to get more barbs and forget the convicts, because barbs are awesome in big group, and they'll just mess with each other if you get enough of them.
Yeah.
So, and I mean, they're pretty and cool. They won't mass produce more than likely. So
I need to go check him out again. I've heard of him way before. I don't think I'm subscribed as Fisherman Fever. Chevy Fish said that there's a YouTuber channel called Bearski Method that has tiger barbs in with his red belly piranhas. He also keeps caribes, which is the type of piranhas I've got. Yeah, so you could keep other fish in there with them a lot of times. It really depends. Once again, this is most fish. It depends on the fish. You know, there are people that swear up and down. There's a guy on TikTok that's like, piranha will never eat a living fish. Well, guess what? He feeds so much other dead meat to his piranhas, and they're so big that when he throws in other living fish, they have no interest in it because they don't recognize that as a food source. They don't see it as a food source. They know that they're going to get plenty of food. It's not worth the effort. And I also don't know how long he keeps them in there, in all honesty. I've never seen like a long-term status of how long he keeps them in there. So he may throw them in there for 10 minutes and film it and then pull it back out. But if you feed a piranha, goldfish is their diet, which I don't recommend that for anything, and that goes into a whole other issue. But that piranha more than likely is going to instantly go for any small living fish that you put in there because it's used to eating small live fish. If you raise them with no live foods, they don't typically recognize that as being a food source. And a lot of times they'll leave it alone. You know, I've got 2 common plecos in with my 25 piranha. They're perfectly fine. They don't mess with those. The piranhas actually get bullied by the plecos more often than the plecos have any, you know, scars or nips or anything from the piranhas.
I know them nipping them once.
Yeah, that's one of my biggest videos. It's like 130,000 views right now on TikTok. Is a video of the plecos smacking the piranhas away from the food so that they could eat the food that had hit the bottom. You know, so it's all fish attitude, how you raise them. There's some obvious things that, you know, you got to raise them right. Kind of like dogs, you know. Just Shrimp Granny, it's good to see you. But I'll say it's just like pit bulls. You know, people, they're mean. No, it's how you raise it. You know,
pit bulls are like the sweetest dogs in the world.
Sorry, I got way off topic there. We went from convicts to bouncing into the other, and that definitely segued way out. But I'll shut up and give you your channel back now. That's just one of my rant things. So sorry.
Quite right. Boy, it was making me think. When I'm going to go to the Tennessee Aquarium next week because I should have Monday and Wednesday off. So one of those 2 days, hopefully I can get to the aquarium, and I'll videotape the piranha tank and see what they've got in there with them.
Awesome.
Because I know that they've got a lot of other fish, and I think they also have like caiman in there or dwarf alligators or something like that in there with them too. So.
John McKenzie, all I'm going to say, because I don't want to get off of Ed's topic again, but he mentioned until you go on vacation and come home to only piranha. All I'll say is part of my breeding tactics and methods that I've used successfully for breeding piranha before includes a lack of food, if you will. It simulates the dry season there when food is not as easily maintained, and then an abundance of food coming without issue. But again, it's all in the fish. I've done some crazy things with piranhas that you shouldn't be able to get, that you're not supposed to be able to get away with, that worked fine long term. But it definitely can happen. I'm not going to rule it out. Anyways, I digress. I'm going to shut up. That was a good question. I did want to address it since we actually had a fish question. I wish we'd have gotten that question in my stream, but then we would have run 2 hours over Ed's time way into Dave's aquarium thoughts. So let me get this off of there, and we can get back into your scary movie topic. I know a lot of people were saying Jaws when we first mentioned that. That was a big favorite.
Yeah, I just all of a sudden read all of what Bob was saying, and that's crazy. But okay. And Chewy, I'll talk metalheads another day. I've got a couple of different metalhead strands, but we'll talk guppies another day, just because this is going to be my only chance to talk scary movies probably ever. And T-Bone's asking why I don't have members. I only have 600 and I shouldn't say only. I have 602 people. You have to have at least 1,000 to get members, but I don't think I'll do members anyway, because I don't know if I can do enough membership, like extra stuff. But if you want to do memberships, go over to this guy and tell him that you're doing it for me, and then I'll make some membership things with him or something. I don't know.
Well,
I've probably already made membership only things with him, but
I appreciate that.
Yeah. So that's my spiel on that.
Ed merch is coming soon. We actually designed it all up, and then the computer crashed. It overheated because we were doing way too much graphic stuff at once on a live stream that just wasn't broadcasted. But I've got the images, and I'll get that out tomorrow. So Saturday we can get links up for you.
Okay, now people are already guessing and everything. So I'm going to go with number 10. Now, these are not all fish. They're also things that live in the water too, like mammals, or, well, I don't know if there's any mammals, but I guess reptiles and stuff. But most of it's sharks. We love sharks. And I probably own like 25 shark DVDs because my nephews, I think I showed them Deep Blue Sea. And then for like every birthday and Christmas, they always got me a shark movie so they could watch them at Uncle Ed's house, or Uncle Edward's house. My family all calls me Edward. But Shy and James, in 2016, a movie came out called The Shallows. It's Ryan Reynolds' wife. I don't know for sure what her name is. She's like a blonde, leggy gal. I don't know if that's probably terrible. Maybe, I hope I wasn't being sexist, but I meant like long and lanky. But she's like a surfer, and she goes surfing out on her own and gets like pinned in, like in a reef area with, I don't know if it's a great white or it might be a bull shark, but she's like stuck in this like pool out in the water because the tide's gone out and stuck her in the shark. Pretty good movie. Have you guys ever seen that?
I have not. I'm looking at the cover now. Trying to see if I could get the you know how good old VHS. I guess they do it on DVDs too. I haven't actually bought a DVD in so long. But you'd pick up the box and you'd read the back. I'm sure they've got it on DVDs. I just don't ever buy DVDs. Let me see. In the film, a surfer gets stranded 200 yards, 180 meters from shore, and must use her wits and determination to survive a great white shark attack.
Oh, great white. So, yeah, it really is. It's pretty good. I mean, I'd probably give it a 6 out of 10.
I know what VHS is. You feel like a grumpy old man.
Back in my day, you had to go down to Blockbuster if you wanted to watch something before you could buy it at the Walmart.
You had to walk 12 miles uphill both ways.
You did. Huh? I built the log cabin I was born in.
But it looks like I'm the only person that saw that movie.
So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to swap spots with her because she's going to be a lot more interactive on this one, and she talks a little lower than I do, and it'll make me shut up and let you talk more too, Ed. I'm in a talking mood.
This was one of your ones that you wanted to talk about. But number 9, piranhas.
Okay, we'll swap spots in a minute. So
now there was 2 different kind of franchises of the piranhas. There was one that came out in 1978, which I think the original one was kind of good, but then they ended up becoming like, in the second movie, they interbred with flying fish and ended up getting wings and like flew into the island and like was eating everybody. Not a good.
Fish keeper part of me aside, I enjoyed the piranha movies. That being said,
No.
I'm the person that watches a movie going, "That's not true. That can't happen," unless it's obviously like a sci-fi or something like that.
Annoyingly so.
Did you like the old ones or the new ones? The new ones came out in 2010 and they were 3D.
I didn't actually see any of the 3D. I didn't see any 3D stuff.
Oh,
So because I don't go to the theaters to watch 3D, and I think I watched the previews, and the previews irked me so bad on the lack of realism that I decided to boycott that. Generally speaking, I enjoy. If it wasn't for plecos, piranhas would be my favorite fish. Like, they're so close. If I could access piranhas the way I can get access to plecos, I might be like an all piranha guy, which would be a shame because I love plecos. But that being said, most of the time I watch something that's piranha related, it's so far out there that I can't. I can watch it sometimes from a movie sense, but when you've got like flying piranhas with like wing fins and crazy stuff like that, it's like, no, I just can't get into that.
These piranhas from the 2010 version were actually prehistoric piranhas that were living in a cavern under the lake and had broken free and come out. So they were prehistoric fish, and they found people delicious.
I feel like I did see that one, because doesn't like the water start bubbling when the crevice opens and the piranha comes swimming at? Okay, yeah, I did see that one.
I mean, I saw one in 3D and one not in 3D because I don't generally care for 3D movies. Also, so normally at the theater they let you have a choice, and the 3D one costs like $2 more. And I say forget it. I just want to see the cheap one. But I just lost you guys. Maybe they're gonna argue about.
We're just. Ow! Don't hit me. No, I'm just kidding. We're just swapping spots.
Well, I think it was Piranha 3 Double D that ended up being more of a skin flick, which was very disappointing to me because they had just way too much nudity and stuff. Because I like taking the kids to it, and I didn't like that at all. I mean, they can't even hear me right now. But like one thing I didn't like at all, cool. There was one point where they had a guy's wiener just floating in 3D, and it got gulped up by a piranha, and it was like, that was so inappropriate. Did not like that at all. So I don't recommend piranhas. Go see the shallows. Don't see piranhas. I don't know why piranhas got piranhas got number 9 because James hadn't ever seen shallows, and he liked piranhas. Okay. Number 8 I put down is Underwater. This movie came out actually this year. It was right after New Year's. It may have been like January 2nd or something. And this movie was super cool, and it didn't get any credit at all. I really enjoyed it. Have you ever heard of it, Shai?
I have heard of it, but I have not seen it.
Well, it's super cool. It's about these people. They're like, I think they're harnessing energy from like a volcanic opening or something in the ocean. They're doing something, trying to get energy. I think it's like a nuclear power plant, maybe under the ocean. But at the end, it turns out it's Cthulhu comes out, and Cthulhu is like my hero. So I was super happy about that. I mean,
it sounds good.
Cthulhu's, and it was a total surprise. And my nieces and nephews really wanted to take me to it, and I said, sure, I'd go. And boy, I was like totally excited about that. Now, one thing is I've learned with a lot of these movies is don't go in looking forward to it being any good, because if you go in with really low expectations, it normally is a lot better. But okay, have you ever seen 47 Meters Deep?
Yes.
That's my 7th movie.
You can't see my face. I'm debating, and I'm like, I think I have.
It's the one. It's a shark movie, about these two girls that go diving illegally. They like get kind of a scummy guy or scummy like rental from some guy who doesn't have papers, and they weren't supposed to be diving in the shark infested area, and they end up getting stuck at the bottom of the ocean.
Yeah, I saw that.
That one actually was pretty good, and I started to see the sequel, but like halfway through the movie, I started getting a migraine. I had to leave, and then I never saw the rest of it. But it looked pretty good too. So it was like these girls that went spelunking, but water spelunking, and they end up running into like a shark that doesn't have eyes, that just lives under like in the caves. And so that was pretty cool. But so that's my 7th. My number 6 is 2 different movies. And I enjoyed both of these movies in 1989. So I was a freshman in high school. Were you guys even born then?
I was born in 86. I'm not going to tell her age. I almost did. And I'm like, I don't want to get in trouble. She might.
I was not born yet.
Okay.
I'm 29.
I don't know why.
So.
Okay. There is nothing embarrassing about being 29. Okay.
No, +1.
Okay.
I don't say that T word.
Okay. Well, in 1989, when I was a freshman, 2 underwater movies came out, and I've loved underwater movies my whole life. So I put these both as number 6. One was called Deep Star 6. Have you either one of you guys heard of that?
I haven't.
Oh my God. It's super cool. It's a group of like Navy Marines. That didn't make sense. Marines that go down to the bottom of the ocean. Basically, I think they're trying to save a submarine that might be like crashed or something, and they thought it was hit by a torpedo, and they're trying to save them. And it turns out it wasn't torpedoed; it was monsters in the water. Good movie, Deep Star 6. James, can you pop that on the cover of the picture is super cool.
Let me see if I can get to it. I'm actually in chat on my phone because we swapped spots. What was the name of it?
Deep Star 6.
Yep. Gotcha. It was super cool that year. And then there was a movie also that year, and that was called Leviathan. Oh my gosh, I'm probably not saying that right. Leviathan. And it was like an all-star cast. The guy who played RoboCop was the main actor, and at that time, RoboCop was really big. Yes, I mean, look at that. That is the coolest poster in the world.
That is pretty cool.
The monsters that ate the bottom of the thing. See, he doesn't have legs. It's cool. Okay, so maybe you could show them all. I don't know. Can you show the Leviathan?
Yep.
Leviathan. Oh, Moonstone already typed it in. Jeez,
I know how to spell Leviathan. My daddy was a preacher. You don't think I know how to spell Leviathan?
I thought he was a shrimper.
Yeah, that too. And a mechanic.
And a fish store owner.
Yeah, he was a
man of many hats.
He was. If I could even possess 1% of his knowledge, I would be a very, very wise man.
Well, and your mom was like a talent too. I mean, or is a talent.
She is. I was saying, what do you mean was, Ed? I just saw her earlier.
I was waiting to give you the news at the end of the stream. No, that's terrible. I shouldn't joke that way.
It's me.
His mother's a lovely
off screen. This is the type of stuff that he deals to me when we're off screen. All right, here we go. So this has actually got both of those next to each other.
Yeah. Well, they came out at the same time, and so Deep Star 6 was like super big, and then they thought that Leviathan was going to be huge. The whole thing is nothing more than Aliens, the movie Aliens, but underwater.
Yep.
I mean, it's cool because it's underwater, but it was pretty terrible. So I need to buy the DVD because I don't own that one. And But yeah, I mean, it's like packed with actors and everything. So weird. Okay. So that's my number 6 because they came out at the same time, direct competition. And if you only could see one, go see Deep Star 6. But they're always like in my mind together.
You ready?
Mm-hmm.
That would have been a great double feature, though. Water double feature. Okay, so. Oh, wow. This is really cool. We're all here.
Yep.
Hi. Hey, Shy.
Sorry, I was participating in nicotine. We're quitting on the 1st, so I'm partaking in my fair share up until then. So if I'm mean on the live streams for the first part of November, no.
That's all right. I just hope you don't have like the shakes and vomit a lot. And I'm a chain puker, so if you puke, I'm gonna puke.
I would say no, Ed. I won't have the shakes and vomit a lot. I'm not going to be making a Walter Worm culture. That's payback for saying my mom was dead. No.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. Oh, I won't go there. Apparently, there's a butt ton of great Australian crocodile movies that I haven't seen. So I didn't put any of them on there. But there's a whole mess of them I didn't even know about. So I'm sorry, GRB, but I'm going to check them out someday when I have time. But I put these two as number 5 because they're both alligator movies. And one of them everybody's heard of and one nobody's heard of. And honestly, I think the one that nobody's heard of is better. But we'll start with the one that everybody's heard of, is Lake Placid. I mean, I know Betty White was in it. It came out in 1999. James has seen this movie, right?
Yes, I like that movie.
Shai, have you seen it? I have not. Is that weird? I mean, normally I see
a little bit.
I don't think I wanted to see it because Betty White was in it.
Well,
I don't know.
They've done like a bajillion, as Ed would say. They've done a bajillion of them since then, apparently.
Yeah, I don't know. Never got into it. I need to see it. But Crawl, I don't know if anybody's heard of Crawl. It came out just last year, and the name, I think, killed it. They should have called it something better than Crawl. But it's super good. It's this girl going down to get her dad because he wants to stay in his house during a hurricane. And I mean, totally believable. Because there's always like old people staying in their houses during bad things, right? So this girl, she drives down to the Everglades to get her dad out. Well, the bayou, or not the bayou, they don't have a bayou there. The levees broke, and the Everglades like flood in. And there are gators everywhere. And it's great because they tried to say that the gators were a lot more hungry because of the level. I don't know. What's it called when you want to breed your fish and the barometer goes up or down?
Barometric pressure?
Yes, they were saying that the pressure was making the gators more aggressive than normal.
Delilah said be careful with the spoilers.
Oh, gosh. Didn't think about that.
Mama told me gators is ornery because they ain't got no toothbrush.
Check out Gators. Wonderful show. Good movie. I would give it a 7.5 stars out of 10. And 5 stars is something that's average for me. So that's
great.
Pretty good. So my 4th movie is Anaconda. I won't spoil Anaconda, but it's really good. Man, if I don't spoil these things, I can't really give a movie review.
I think most people have seen Anaconda.
Okay, anacondas are large fish that live in South America. And they, I think there's a group of people that go down. I think they're seeking the anaconda.
But before the chat murders you, I'm going to say they're not large fish. They're snakes.
They're snakes.
Did I say snakes?
You said fish.
Oh, I meant to say fish. I meant snakes.
I knew the chat was going to attack you, so I just wanted to clear that up before you got any farther with calling
I'm
them
pretty
fish.
sure arapaima are fish.
Arapaimas are.
Yeah, I know. I'm just trying to switch the subject. All right, I call them.
I'm buying one of those from the local fish store. It's going in my 15-gallon. Just kidding.
You know,
would get the heat on me.
you know who has arapaima that's amazing? Priscilla. And you know how you can get part of that arapaima? She's making it in her art. It's in her calendar that's going to be coming out. You can pre-order it right now. It's $15 if you pick it up. I think it's $25 if you have to order it.
I thought it was
Check
less
out
if you order it.
that Paramarma. Oh, now I can't even say it. That
Arapaima.
drawing or painting is freaking amazing, Priscilla. I mean,
Look at this. Look at this fish here.
well, Anaconda has.
Now, is that available on SwissAquatics.com?
Anacondas?
No, Priscilla's calendar. I was trying to fulfill the plug there and get how they could get it. Yeah,
Oh,
see,
she
18
says
shipped.
18. Yeah, I don't know how she's doing it. I just saw her Facebook page or her talking about it on her Facebook and maybe Instagram.
I would say it probably is. I know she's got other art on SwissAquatics.com. It is Swiss Aquatics, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, just make sure.
Yep.
I don't know why I was trying to say Swiss Tropics. I know it's not. That's somebody else. I've got her
Swiss
stickers. I've got her shrimp.
This is a magnet. Swiss Tropics, they do sponge filters.
Gotcha.
Like a lot
That's
of
what it
garden
was.
filters and stuff.
Yeah, I think a lot of people went to see Anaconda. It had John Voight, and of course J-Lo. I think she was going by J-Lo at that point. Jennifer
I think
Lopez.
Ice Cube too.
Yep.
Was Ice Cube in there?
Yep.
So yeah, it was pretty cool. I saw that from the box office. They were building a brand new movie theater, and my buddy was the projectionist at that theater as they were building it. So I went up and watched it through the projection window, and we talked through the whole thing and watched it.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that was fun. But I missed most of the movie because we were talking about everything else. Okay, so that was my fourth movie. My third movie is James asked to go with this for this movie. It's probably the movie that I looked more forward to than any movie ever made, and that's why I downgraded it. But I would say The Meg, or it's The Meg. I love the books. The books were so good.
I really like that movie. I love the concept of the megalodon still being in existence. And we won't go into crazy conspiracy theories, but I love that concept. So any movie about megalodons that can somewhat, in some crazy way, possibly explain it, I find cool.
Yeah, I absolutely love them. The book is amazing. I like the story. I don't like how they kind of changed the character. That Jason Statham guy was supposed to be a nerd that's like really cool and like a professor instead of a drunk loser. But oh well, it's Jason Statham, so I guess he had to. I thought he probably had to play being dumb instead of smart or something. I don't know, but it was still cool. And he sounds smart when he talks. I mean, he has that accent. But okay, so
I didn't read the book, so that's one of those I don't have that, weighing on me in comparison to the movie. So
I've got a used copy. Well, I've got the paperback version, and I just bought the hardback like a month ago, so I could give you my paperback if I can find it. If you'd ever want to read it.
maybe talk to me in like a year after I'm through all these aquarium books I've picked up.
Okay. It
Well, I
only takes
appreciate
you
the
a
offer.
couple days to read because it's like Jurassic Park. Jurassic Park, when I opened that book, I was done with it like the next day because that was such a good book. Oh my gosh, I love Jurassic Park, the book. But Jurassic Park will not be in this list. Okay. The The Meg, like I said, great book, good book series. We're putting at number 3, came out in 2018. And I was so hyped. I took everybody. I bought tickets for the whole family. And they're like, oh, that was pretty good. And I was like, man, it just wasn't as good as the book. But okay. Number 2, which I mentioned earlier in the show, Deep Blue Sea. That was a really cool movie. I don't know how many of you guys seen it. Now, I've actually bought Deep Blue 2 and 3, and I haven't seen them. They're on Blu-ray, and I haven't hooked my TV up yet because I'm trying to build a mantle for my fireplace, and I want to put the TV on top of it.
Was it really 1999?
So I just haven't got to. Ooh, what'd she say? Is $129?
She said, "Wow, is it really filmed in 1999?"
Yes, 1999. Deep Blue Sea came out, and man, it looks like a great white, but it's supposed to be a Mako, isn't it? I think they said they were like super enhanced Makos with bigger brains.
I don't remember. I couldn't remember if it was Makos or tigers, because Makos are a smaller shark.
Yeah, I know, but I think they ended up enhancing them. I don't know. I got to rewatch it.
I don't remember. Let's see if it tells us on here.
They were genetically enhanced.
Oh yeah, I knew they were genetically enhanced. I just don't remember what they were enhanced from. But no. So one of my favorite parts of that movie is actually LL Cool J when he thinks he's about to die and he starts doing a video journal of how to make the perfect omelet. I get a kick out of that. I love LL Cool J, and that was hilarious to me.
Yeah, that was really good. And I went with my buddy Ant when he saw it, and Anthony's a black guy, and as soon as he saw LL, he says, "Oh, great, the black guy's always the first to die," and he made it to the end, and I was like, "Yes!" That was so funny. Except, the awesome guy, Samuel L. Jackson, was in it. And he is awesome in the movie. I'll just put it like that. And he goes down just as awesome as he came in. It was great.
I'm with John Cox. I love Deep Blue Sea, but I've not seen part 2 or 3 myself.
Yeah, well, I bought the DVDs at Walmart just lately. Deep Blue, I think they just came out in the last 2 years. Because Deep Blue 3 was on the new rack, and I spent like $14 on it, which was probably stupid. But, okay, and the number 1 movie, it's my all-time favorite movie of all movies, and I'm like a huge Star Wars guy. I love the Marvel movies. There's a lot of movies that are obscure that you guys wouldn't know that I love, but
his favorite all-time movie is my first YouTube video. Have you watched that thing? It's scary.
Oh, wait, it's Jaws. I love Jaws. It came out in 1975.
I started to pull up a picture of the cover, and I'm like, anybody that doesn't know what Jaws looked like in terms of the cover can go look for themselves.
I should have wore one of my Jaws t-shirts for this.
Yeah.
Oh, well, I think I wore a Jaws t-shirt like in one of the streams earlier this week. But, and I wore my Jaw I think, last week. But, man, the first Jaws, simply amazing. I mean, I think it's better than Star Wars.
Can I just say kudos to you, Ed? Not only did we run over your time, but you managed to nail out that list at exactly 12:30. I'm not saying to kill it right now because Dave doesn't start yet, but I just wanted to say you still managed to perfectly end that at the scheduled time. So kudos to you, sir.
Well, I do have an honorable mention. And it's one of my other favorite movies of all time. Well, not really. The movie's pretty horrible, but it's one of my favorite monsters. The Creature from the Black Lagoon. Love those movies. I wish they were going to make sequels to it. Or like, not sequels, but like a new updated version. In the movie, I think Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. Was that it? Or no, it was The Mummy. In the movie The Mummy, when Universal Pictures was going to remake all their Universal monsters, they have the hand of the monster of the the creature in a glass bowl. And I was so excited. I hope they still do it. I don't know. The Mummy, I thought, did well. So, but it's been a while. And I love Godzilla movies, but I mean, Godzilla does live in the ocean, but he's still kind of a T-Rex. So, I don't know. I decided not to leave Godzilla in, or put Godzilla in there. But the creature is an honorable mention. We can throw Godzilla as an honorable mention because he's so cool. And then one that I refuse to put in the list because it gets like a 0.5 out of 10 stars. It only gets a 0.5 because so many kids like it, is Sharknadoes.
So I didn't even watch that. I couldn't. I was like, no.
Yeah, I think I saw like 3. Oh, an interesting fact about Creature from the Black Lagoon. I think Return to the Creature from the Black Lagoon, I think it might be Clint Eastwood's first appearance in a movie. He is a kid in the movie, and he's like a lab tech, like an intern. And I don't think he even says a word. He just kind of gets bossed around, and he walks around with a beaker a couple times. But it's so funny to see Clint Eastwood walking around because he's still a big guy, but he's kind of dangly, and he's not even in the credits of the movie. But, oh well. Oh, I love the Swamp Thing. But I think I'd put the Swamp Thing maybe in with superheroes because he's DC. But he could be here too. Great one, Tom. I love the Swamp Thing.
I think I'm with all, because people are talking about, it was mentioned, somebody, I forget who said, when they get freaked out stepping into the ocean, they hear the Jaws theme, and somebody mentioned, I think it was Dragonlair said, saw Psycho at 8 years old. I've never had a solid shower curtain since, always a clear one. I think a lot of these things can have a negative psychological impact. I'll be honest, I was born and raised on the beach. First year of my life was lived in on a shrimp boat. Not that I remember it, but we didn't even have a house. Water's in my, well, I would say salt's in my blood, but that being said, having moved away from Florida for many years, when I go back, I am scared to go in the ocean. I'm like, the whole time, like when we went back, I'm like freaking out about sharks. Even though I was in the ocean every single day, I've been, a couple of feet from sharks before. It's all the stuff I've watched on TV, all the Shark Weeks, all the movies, and I don't know. It's just always in my mind. I'm always panicking, going, I'm gonna be that one guy, even though I've been in the ocean thousands of times. So.
Yep. Well, I understand. I don't know. I don't really get freaked out with that. I think I get freaked out if I'd have to touch a spider. But James had no fears of whatsoever of alligators, and he was like neck deep in that thing, and there were 4-foot alligators in there.
Yeah, no worries. So, I really don't. For some reason.
I thought it kind of cool.
And I know it's even. I mean, that probably would have been viral. Who knows? I'd probably have a verified channel if that had happened on a live stream.
Oh, well, I'd rather it not bite you. I was hoping. Well, I wasn't hoping for me, but when I was in there, I was just like waist deep. But I was thinking, man, if it would bite me in the leg, and preferably the leg that doesn't have feeling, that would look really cool. But the problem was I was so far away from all you guys because I was on the other side of the lake by myself, which wasn't very smart.
Yeah.
I never could find that honey hole that James had. He had like this perfect honey hole. And everywhere I would start to walk, it would just drop super deep. So, oh well.
Yeah, I hit a couple of those super deep spots, even once or twice on Father Fish's or Kenny's live streams. I kind of point the camera over, and I'm like, oh, and I stepped off, and my beard's doing this because it hadn't gotten saturated yet, so it's trying to float on the water.
There was one time he hit one of those spots. It's really deceiving how deep it was in spots. But his bucket was sideways, and he was losing his fish. And he'd caught so many fish, you wouldn't even know it. James is a natural. He is just a natural fisher.
Thank you, sir.
Yep. But, yeah, don't – and I know I've said this before throughout the years. Jaws, the book – horrible. Nobody read that book. It's the worst book of all. And, normally, I've been saying these other books were great. Just chuck that book away. The same author wrote a movie called The Deep, I think, and it was really good. And I think he also did some island movie that was pretty good. It came from the deep. He's wrote a couple of good books, but Jaws is just terrible. I don't know why. Well, I mean, I guess the name was good, but the movie was loosely off of the book. It was more off the idea, I think. But yeah, so that was my spiel. And I know somebody said the birds. The birds, man, I love watching the birds. That movie was in my life, or like something in my life the whole time. What did you just say, Shy?
What about Jason?
If you want to hear my opinions of Jason, check out the Lefty Show tomorrow at 4:15, because I guarantee you'll hear my synopsis on Friday the 13th.
I know it's Lefty. I might have to see if I can just photobomb it.
Tom Patterson's got the question that's been burned in me, and that's no Cthulhu movies, Ed?
Oh, there was a Cthulhu movie. The Underwater was a Cthulhu movie.
Maybe that was when I went to the restroom, because I stepped. Okay, that's why I didn't have my headset on in the restroom. Gotcha.
Yeah, most of all the Cthulhu movies have been made are so low budget they're terrible. They, there hasn't been a big budget Cthulhu movie until Underwater, and now there's this new movie or TV show on HBO called Lovecraft, which is pretty good. It's based loosely off of Cthulhu and stuff. I've only seen 2 or 3 episodes. I have HBO and video on demand, but it's always blurry, or it skits in and out for some reason. So I need to call the cable company and complain that I'm paying for something I'm getting cruddy service.
Absolutely. I was going to say, we can actually, if you want to do a Cthulhu movie, we'll hit the Asian market. I'll get an octopus and super glue it to my face, and we'll fill that 220th, and we'll do a Cthulhu.
Well, here's an interest. Have you ever heard of this one I'm not talking about tomorrow? It's called Cabin in the Woods. Shy's seen it. Did you know that's a Cthulhu movie? They are killing all those people. At the end, you find out that all the people are being killed to make Cthulhu happy so he doesn't come and destroy Earth.
Yeah.
Oh, I did not know that. I've seen Cabin in the Woods, but I don't recall that. Nice.
Yeah. At the very end, it gets really crazy because there's a unicorn killing people. It was enjoyable. I liked it.
Honorable mention for water movies, The Guardian.
Oh, I don't think I've seen The Guardian.
Yes. Oh, God,
Tell me about it.
It's not a fish movie. It's a water movie, but it's really, really good.
Well,
it's Ashton Kutcher
Yep.
And
oh, I just
what
lost
is the
his
old
name.
man's name?
Kevin Costner. Yes, you're gonna offend some people calling him an old man.
Sorry,
Kevin Costner.
Yeah, Kevin. Well,
I always look at him and Bruce Willis mixed up. So
Kevin Costner gets a lot of bad rep for Waterworld, but you know what? I loved that movie. Oh, Nola Jane liked it too. Waterworld. I love water stuff, and I like Mad Max. It's basically Mad Max on the ocean. That's all it is. And I like it because of that.
I'm sorry, Candy.
What did she hate it?
She said, "Old man Kevin Costner," 4 question marks.
Oh, I know. I remember him when he was just the kid on the horse in Silverado. I think it was Silverado.
Okay, so you have to think the first movie I ever remember seeing Kevin Costner in is Mr. Brooks. That's a pretty old movie.
I don't know if I've seen Mr. Brooks.
Yeah, I can't tell you without spoiling it.
Okay.
Not a water movie.
Yeah, and then Dan Wolf. That was my second Kevin Costner movie.
So I want to throw in one. It's a water movie, but it's not like the fish are killing people, and that is The Perfect Storm. And it may be that resonates with me because of both of my parents being captains of shrimping vessels and fishing vessels. But that movie, especially the ending, I don't think I've cried many times in the past, 10 years or so that we've been together. But every time I watch that movie, I lose it at the end. That thing it hits home.
Yeah, that's a great movie.
They're training to be, Kevin Costner is training him to be a Navy SEAL.
No, they're Coast Guard. That's another reason why I absolutely emotionally resonate with that. Is because Coast Guard doesn't get nearly enough credit for what they do.
Yeah, Coast Guard, and then he kind of.
I thought you said Perfect Storm.
No, I did. She was going. She was going back to
the Guardian.
The Guardian.
Oh, okay.
Because we got derailed at Kevin Costner.
The Guardian doesn't have. Oh man, Ben Affleck's brother in it, does he? I do not like Ben Affleck's brother. Nothing personal. Ben Affleck's brother's watching, but I don't know.
He usually shuts off the stream by 12:30.
Yeah, he's already in bed. But yeah, we could go through some. I love talking movies, so I hope I didn't bore you all tonight. I love talking movies. One of the things that I wanted to do was to always make a movie review type thing, and I never did it. So I was looking at all these different movies today for Lefty, and I got just so excited. I wanted to talk more movies than I can do in tomorrow.
Well, we've still got 57 people watching. Oh, now it's 55. And 56 thumbs up. 54 now. They're leaving by the minute. They must not.
Well, Moonstone said she had to go to bed.
Oh, good night, Moonstone.
Night, Moon. Well, now here's the deal. There's a couple of others that I didn't see, like Orca. Never seen it. They've never. I think it's an orca that's like out killing everybody. And
yeah,
I don't think killer whales have ever killed people. You've seen it? Okay.
Good night, Dragon Lair. Take care, buddy.
Night, partner.
He did water movies without Free Willy.
Yeah, well, I never saw Free Willy. And these weren't water; these were scary water movies. Because I could have said Finding Nemo, and I could have said Aquaman.
I'm going to classify both of those as scary water movies. They may be more on the drama side, but that's still, if you've ever had family on the ocean in those jobs or anything of that nature, those are definitely things that can have some bone-chilling and startling moments.
Yeah, I know.
If you ever had somebody go out in a helicopter and then you're watching a movie and the Coast Guard helicopter gets hit by a 50-foot swell. Oh,
I thought you were talking about the two that I just said.
Oh, no.
Nemo and Finding Nemo and
oh no, I was talking about the two that we had brought in for honorable mentions. No, Finding Nemo was well.
I would probably put those more suspense, but still good.
Maybe if you're like 5 or 6 or 7, Finding Nemo could be a horror movie to you.
Yeah, especially with those sharks.
Yeah.
I mean, Free Willy gasped for air when the orca started like thrashing around in the pond while the trainer was in there.
And I didn't go back to a lot of the black and white stuff. Like there's one called The Kraken that I used to love as a kid. I didn't do Voyage to the Bottom of the Sea, 2,000 Leagues Under the Sea or whatever. And there's a shot there where there's an octopus trying to kill them, and that was pretty cool. But I just didn't go with the black and white stuff because they're hard to find. And I mean, they're classics, but they're not very good. I demand more from my movies now. It's terrible.
I'm not even going to bring those up. I'm not even going to bring up documentaries. Those are just heartbreaking. Those aren't even.
Yeah,
they're just heartbreaking.
Yeah. I don't watch a lot of documentaries if I know that they're going to be sad. If you want to watch good documentaries, check out Chewy. He makes a lot of really good,
Absolutely.
small fun stuff with birds and
Fish,
everything, and wolves and you name it.
Yeah, I mean, we could spend 3 more hours just listing off all the things that Chewy is knowledgeable about and covers. He does an amazing job.
Yep. But I appreciate everybody here, and I hope you all have a wonderful and fun Halloween. It's my favorite time of the year. I could show you guys really quick a sneak preview of my costume, like one little piece if you want. It's drying on a fish tank.
I think they've earned that. We've still got 53 people hanging out.
Okay, should I actually put it on? I'll put it on. I'm not going to tell you guys what it is until tomorrow on Lefty's show. So hopefully people will watch Lefty's show. But it's kind of fun. I like to make, oh my gosh, I'm huge on here. I like to make my own costumes. And I'll tell you this much. I found a tuxedo at Goodwill. And this is part of my costume that you'll see underneath my tuxedo that I bought. So, pretty cool.
Delilah's Critters says, thanks, I'm dressing up as Carol Baskin for work.
I love it.
And this hat. I can't hear anything with the hat on because I don't have my earphones. But I like the hat. Unfortunately, it's like a super cool hat, but I had another hat that was like in it or over it in the hat box. And it like made stains all the way around.
I see that.
If anybody knows any tricks on how to get rid of those, email me. Because that'd be awesome to get rid of that. So could you guys hear me while I was just talking?
Yes. We said lots of mean things while you couldn't hear us.
But I think this looks pretty cool.
It does. Now, is that your anti-piranha shield for when you come clean this piranha tank for me?
No, I'll just clean it with my face.
All right. Yeah, now Ed did say he would stick his face in the piranha tank many moons ago. I think he's retracted that offer, though.
Yeah. But I think it's going to look pretty cool. I kind of made it look like it was broken.
I like that.
Thanks.
Yeah, that's awesome.
I'm waiting for something to dry that I'm going to add to it. It's not done yet. And I also have to make a crown for my dad. I'm junior, my dad's a senior, and my mom and dad, they like to dress up to give out treats for the kids. And I should show you a photo of them, but it would take me too long to find. But like they normally dress up like a rabbit and a tiger because they have like a full body costume. And they just do the same thing every year, except my dad wears a different hat on his tiger head. Like he wore a sombrero last year, some goofy fireman hat. You know, he always wears a goofy hat on top of his tiger head. But but they got to go to the Halloween party, which they hate going to. But it's because of the baby reveal. So I'm also doing my mom and dad's costumes, and my mom's going as a chicken. And my dad is going as King Edward.
Nice.
Yeah, so I have to make him a crown tonight.
So John Cox said, dry toothbrush the hat, Ed. It is likely salt from the other band.
Yeah, the other hat I wear a lot. But in this one was just so round. The other one's, I don't know what it's. I used to wear it all the time when I lived in St. Louis because it got cold in St. Louis. It doesn't get cold here, so I never wear it anymore. This one I only wore
a little bit of white vinegar to it.
And I have got vinegar also. That's awesome. Thanks, guys. I appreciate that.
Just a little moderation.
And look, it didn't get on the back. It's only on the front.
Yeah, try the cheese fresh and a little bit of vinegar.
I will. Thank you so much. And John Cox knows like everything. He's like the Tennessee Chewy.
That's what I was coming up with something like Chewy version 2.0.
I mean, I don't know where John Cox is from, but we could go redneck Chewy. And I'm not saying that rednecks are bad, because I think I qualify as a redneck, living in Missouri and Tennessee my whole life.
Is John not here in Tennessee?
Yeah, he's in Tennessee.
Okay, that's what I was supposed to say.
But it doesn't mean he's lived here his whole life.
Oh, right. Absolutely.
For all we know, he's a New Yorker.
I know several people have said there was no Dave's Aquarium Thoughts link, and I'm still not seeing one. So, that being said, I don't know. Where should we send people, Ed?
I don't know. Was Dave in chat tonight?
I didn't see him. I know Candy's been looking for the link throughout the stream. I'm trying to figure out what's going on with Sandy as well.
Wait. I think Dave said he was going to go every other week, and somebody else was going to take his spot. They were going to take turns. Nuts. If everybody goes and checks their friends and see if somebody else is live, could you let us know? Maybe, and it might start at 1:00.
Yeah, and now Candy's yelling at us. No Dave tonight.
Okay, he said, but Dave said in his last stream he was going to rotate with someone because it would be easier on him. It's not on my list.
Hey, Chattanooga Ed is live. We could go there.
Yep. Well, I appreciate all the time. Well, I need 5 more minutes because the guy before me ran late.
I know that freaking guy. No, here's the thing. For those of you that are still here, thank you all for the super chats and super stickers in the previous one. I didn't get to go through at the end, and thank you once again. So I'm actually, when we get done here, I'm going to go do a post to the community tab to thank everybody, because I felt bad that I didn't get to run through and do a final thank you. But I felt bad because we ran over Ed's by 10 minutes.
Oh, that's all right. That's the good thing. It's we're a team. But Jesse, can you ask Dave who he's like rotating with? Oh, let's see. What did Sandy say? Ha ha ha. Good to know. That's how I picture.
She kept typing in random letters. Like she started with J, and then she put M, and then she went in JML plus minus thing, and it was and like Candy's like, "Do you need help? Blink twice. Is this code?" And Sandy's like, "No, I was folding laundry and put something on the laptop." So it was just random text input.
Oh, John Cox has been raised in the mountains between Murphyboro and I think it was McKinleyville or something. Or McMinnville? I don't know where that is, but I imagine it's probably in Tennessee, which is pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. What was?
Oh, I was just gonna say, Chad Crott said, "Someone link my bed. That's where I need to go."
Well, Chad, thank you for coming, and we really appreciate it a lot.
We really, really do. So,
one thing we didn't talk about was events that we're going to be doing, and I think our next major event we're going to do is it going to be Evansville, Indiana. And I don't know if you want to go to it or not. It's December 4th, I think. Fish Pappy asked us to come up. So I thought I would come up and be Fish Pappy. And I know John from Petzotics will be there. Prestige Guppies will be there. Or not Prestige Guppies. What's Prestige Aquatics?
Yeah.
They're a group. They're 2 young guys that have started their own like kind of business online, and they're selling their guppies, and I think they're apistos and maybe
they do imports. So like the guy when we met him up at the show, he said, "Anything you need, just send me a message. I can most likely get it for you." So
yeah, that's awesome. So
but they just hit 1,000 subscribers. So congratulations to them. They may catch the replay. Who knows? I know they've popped in a couple times on your channel and mine, but they just hit their 1,000 mark. I noticed earlier when I went to see their new video.
Well, Clint's a super. But now, when I went there, their last video was a month ago.
No, they may have deleted their video earlier. I know I got partway through watching it, and then it was like connection error, unable to connect, retry, and I didn't retry because I figured it was just a Wi-Fi thing. But they had released one earlier. It was a GUP date, so maybe it's gone now. That may have been why it stopped playing, because I was like first comment on that thing as soon as it popped the notification for me. That one I got notified for and noticed I had 1K. So maybe that's why I got kicked out of it. Maybe they deleted it.
I think the guy's a perfectionist. Something
so.
I'm not. I'd rather just, if I make something, I'm just going to show it, even if it only half my head's in it. Like last night.
Rena, have a great night. Appreciate you hanging out with us. I think we're about to call on a night as well here in just a moment.
Yep. Night, Rena. Priscilla, I was talking about your calendar a little earlier, and can you make Priscilla a mod so she could like just put a link, or maybe that would be hard. I don't know if that would be hard.
Now I did have it up on the screen earlier. Candy had posted her email, and then somebody else had also mentioned you could message her on Facebook.
Okay.
Priscilla, not message. Don't message Candy on Facebook and say James said to message you about Priscilla's calendar. I don't need my butt whooped, okay? Message Priscilla on Facebook if you want Priscilla's calendar.
Yeah, Priscilla, I was trying to sell your calendar because it's so awesome. But is that Arapaima? How big is that image? Like your real life one? Are you ever going to have like copies of that? Because I doubt I can afford to buy the original. I wish. But maybe Priscilla already went to bed. Shit, she popped in and she's gone.
Maybe.
Oh. She hasn't put it online. She's taking pre-orders. We'll put it up as soon as I get it. Awesome. Well, how do we pre-order it? The original is for sale. Def will have prints of that one in 11 by 14. That's nice. I wonder if Def means she'll definitely eventually, or she does have prints of it. I don't know. But after this is done, I'm going to go check it out because she's awesome and she's an amazing artist.
Absolutely. Well, I'm going to go make some videos because I am wired up and ready to talk in case you all haven't noticed. So who knows? You might even find me live on TikTok. You never know.
Cool. And what's your TikTok channel?
Fish Room Fever. I am Fish Room Fever everywhere.
I am Fish Room Fever?
No, I was just saying that I am Fish Room Fever. Like if you go anywhere and search Fish Room Fever, that is me.
Shy, you look so much cooler with the glasses on.
She does. She does. I'm not gonna lie. I look prettier with the wig on, though.
Something about that makes you look like Connor, the fighter.
Yeah. I appreciate that. I like that.
Conor McGregor.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Put him on him. I can't super chat you to wear it, but just trust me, guys.
I trust you, Ed. Where's my boa? I need the boa to fit the McGregor look.
See, I think McGregor has like a really small head, and so it makes James's head look a lot smaller.
This thing's still full of confetti poppers.
I wonder if that's what makes McGregor a good fighter, because he has a small head and it's harder to hit.
I don't fight anymore. Glasses and dentures are too expensive.
Well, that and he's, Irish and he punches fast.
James, you're Irish?
No, McGregor.
I bet James can punch fast.
I don't know. It's been a long time.
If we ever go to a Dave & Buster's, we should punch one of those things.
Absolutely.
Oh, GRB says the wig would clash with your outfit today.
Yeah, I've got it down here underneath the desk. I probably should have thrown it on for those awesome super chats from Pond Life and Bird Garden. I'm still getting used to his new name, Bird Garden.
Yeah, I'm gonna take a while to learn how to communicate with Rack again.
Oh dear God, Codyson, put the link for my TikTok. Thank you, Codyson.
That's awesome.
So it's I will warn you, it's a little bit different than my FishTube, my YouTube stuff.
A little.
I am doing a lot more fish stuff on there now, but there's also some really goofy stuff. There's some lip syncing stuff. I still don't get political on there. I still refuse to do politics anywhere online, regardless of what side you're on. But there's some really good lip sync stuff, and there's a lot of motivational stuff. But it's a little different, so just be warned.
Well, my favorite one that he has is he's like asking somebody to marry him.
Oh yeah, that lip sync challenge. Yeah, that was fun.
It is so cool. I like saved it to my phone so that way I can like look at it every so often.
My favorite is the Charlie Sheen lip sync. That is my absolute favorite one. I can't even repeat it on here because there are references to substances that would maybe get Ed's channel in trouble, but that's a really funny one that I enjoyed.
Are they talking about me?
They are. Ed can read without glasses?
Barely. If it's one line, I generally can. If it's more than one line, though, it all blurs together. But I missed the... Wait.
Email info in chat. There we go. Priscilla MK at Outlook. Here, I can find it over here. This is what happens when I'm way back here. I'm like, what?
And it's kind of weird because when I get this far back, it's about as focused as it is when I get this big, but it's bigger, so it's easier.
So there's her PayPal. But then let me get you the other up.
So is there like a limited number, and that's why you're doing a pre-order? Or like will people get an extra sticker if they pre-order or something? Or is there an advantage to pre-ordering than waiting to the last minute?
Yeah, you make sure you get one. And it's Priscilla's art, so it's awesome.
Yeah, I know, but I wanted her to commit to something.
Yeah, are you going to put like a hand right, like 1 of 100 on each one or 5 of 100?
Oh, if it's pre-ordered, can you personally autograph them?
Yeah. Priscilla's going to get mad that we're making more work for her.
I've got some shrimp from Priscilla from her website, and they're doing amazing. They've got shrimplets. So if you're looking for shrimp, she's a great place to go.
S has a question. Anyone? S, just the letter S. Says, anyone know a good non-power tool for cutting polycarbonate sheets easily and punching holes? Non-power tool. That's gonna stink. That's gonna be a really not fun time. Non-power tool.
I wouldn't do it. I would use, if I didn't have a table saw or a band saw, I'd probably use a skill saw because it would be so tough. And skill saws aren't that expensive. Well, I had a hole puncher that I have no idea where it is. I was looking at it earlier today.
Yeah, I mean, the holes, like John Cox said, you can use the heated nail for small holes to melt. That's kind of the typical go-to for getting a hole in any type of plastic, using either a heated nail or a heated piece of wire or metal that's stiff enough to do it and the size that you need. Hand cutting it is where I'm like, yeah, you could use a hacksaw. That's going to stink. I mean, that's just going to be like a pain in the butt, but you could do it.
I use these. I don't know what he's drilling holes for, but if it's for like a pipe, I just cut the back of the tank, like a little square, and I use that. I wonder what he's doing. Is he making lids, or what's he doing?
I'm trying to find. Apparently, Jess had an awesome idea, but I'm not seeing it.
Oh, this is Jess?
No, this was S that asked, but Mainsails, Furs, and Fins said, since no one is going next, why don't y'all open up and let people come up on the stream?
I mean, it kind of depends on how much James wants to hang out, because he's got stuff to do.
I mean, I'll be honest, I don't mind the hangout. I may have my camera off for part of it, or if we get a lot of people, because I know generally we don't really like to have more than 4 or 5 at a time, because then it's just overlapping noise and echo and such. So I can always step back if we have several people that want to come up.
Well, I'm about to lose all my time from my biggest video ever. My biggest video ever was last year I did a Murphy costume, and I dressed up like Murphy, and I did a review of a lot of aquarium co-op stuff. And I got like several hundred minutes, I think, from that. And then I'm about to lose that on October 1st. So if we went even a half hour, I'd probably get enough. If we kept 40 people for a half hour, that would be like 40 minutes. I don't know what that would be. No, 40 times. I don't know.
There is the link in chat. God help us all.
Yeah. Well, ask me about a question about a movie. Ask James about fish, and Shy can handle any question you got about Harry Potter.
I mean, I know more than just Harry Potter, though. Should ask me fish questions, because I probably don't know.
Yeah, and definitely, John Cox had mentioned you want to use something that's got small teeth or a fine tooth setting. You don't want anything that's got really big teeth spread wide apart on your saw, because that's going to tend to try and chip and crack and things like that. Fine tooth is going to get you a much cleaner cut without destroying stuff.
Do you mind if I run to the bathroom real quick while you guys talk about the next Harry Potter movie?
Pee in a tank and cycle it or something. I'm just kidding. Hold on a second. I'll kill your camera for you. Okay, we have no takers. Nobody waiting backstage. Let me bring the chat back up here. Oh, we have somebody. Who's this crazy guy? What's up, buddy?
Hey, what's up?
How's it going, man?
Hey, James. Shay.
How are all the fishies doing?
Good.
All right.
There's it.
Oh, it's been a while since I've been on with you. I think I seem to miss the late nights a lot more lately. So with the kids being homeschooled, my filming time is all middle of the night when they're asleep, because even when I'm trying to do stuff and they're awake, they're just way too loud. I forget where I was on. I was on a live stream somewhere, and they kept running in the room, and I was like, I'm sorry.
Oh, I'm typing on Ed's, not yours.
Yeah, you're typing under Ed's name if you're typing on StreamYard. I got to pull up the other chat.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I already typed it on Ed, so those 2 comments from Ed are me. Sorry.
Yeah. Y'all are doing the distance learning then? Or?
We basically just went to straight homeschooled.
Okay.
That video Zoom class shenanigans was just not working out for us / with the way that the system is set up here.
The kids were miserable.
That's good. That doesn't work for everybody.
Yeah. But so that makes it interesting. So the only time that I have time to film without the mic hearing, I don't want to watch Pokemon this one, I want to watch Pokemon that one, is the middle of the night.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it's good stuff filmed then.
It's always good. I was homeschooled myself, so.
Yeah, I was too. It makes you just socially awkward enough to want to go have a YouTube channel of your own.
It kind of does. Sure.
Wyoming Adventures cut a 1/4-inch sheet of acrylic plastic. Took forever with a hacksaw. Yeah, no fun.
That must have taken a while.
Let me move this off there. I see fishies. Hold on a second. Let me. So low. There we go.
Mm-hmm.
What are we looking at?
This is just guppies and little African butterfly cichlids. You can see them
Nice.
a little bit dirty. There's an Episto in here somewhere. I don't know what he's doing. He likes to hide. There he is. And I need to clean the tank.
Oh, I know how that goes.
And these guppies, man, they keep reproducing. I lost like 15 a while back. And there's like 20 more just like taking their place.
Say, it looks like they're definitely having a comeback.
Mm-hmm.
I am going to drop this in the chat again. If anybody wants to come on up with us, they're welcome to click that StreamYard link. Make sure Ed's not back yet.
Tell Jet I'd take her makeup off and go on with her with no makeup so she'd feel better.
Right.
There we go. All right.
All right. Let me get back
Of course,
to
I
that
said
button.
it under Ed's name, so
Right.
now Ed looks like he wears makeup.
Ed said he'd take his makeup off. He's going to thank you for that one, babe. There we go. I have to screenshot that. Everybody screenshot that and ask Ed why he's taking his makeup off. Oh, he's back. There we go. Add to stream. Welcome back.
I don't know what makeup you're speaking of. But
So Shy forgot that whenever she types on the StreamYard that it pops up under your name because it's run through your channel off of my StreamYard. So she typed under yours that she would take her makeup off and slum it with Jess, but it's under yours. So Chattanooga Ed's like, I'll take off my makeup for you.
Okay. I was wondering why Ed was saying that.
hey, Barry, you guys want to see what I bought today at Walmart?
Well, you didn't think those rosy red cheeks were natural, did you?
Pew Fish Don't have a great night. Appreciate you very, very much.
I got some treats for the cats.
That looks like a box filter in the making.
Yeah, well, I've got about 30 of these. And then, well, wait, I'll save this for the last because this is just fun. Ugh, too many bags. See, they let me bag my own stuff, so I always take 2 bags because I use them for kitty litter, and you can never have too many. I'm always afraid they're going to stop letting them use plastic bags. And when you stop using plastic bags, what are you going to put your kitty litter in?
Right.
Yeah. I'm actually taking care of a stray cat we found right. Me and my sister found.
Seems to be stray cat season.
Those just look delicious. Baklava.
Ooh.
I'm very sure. It's surprising if she's like, we took her to the vet to get all our shots and stuff, and vet told us she was like 12 to 15 years old.
1 bag of Reese's Peanut Butter Cups.
Nice.
2 bags of Reese's Peanut Butter Cups.
I don't know how she survived out in the wild for. I don't know.
A bag of Mounds.
Wow, send some messages in the chat.
Mini Twix are my favorite Twix. I don't like full-grown Twix, but the little ones are so good because you can pop them all the way in your mouth and you don't have to bite into it and have crumbs. Love the Mini Twix.
Hello, everybody. Wyoming Adventures. I haven't seen her in a while.
Bag Twix. So I am set for a while on treats for myself.
Nice. Wait, I thought those were for me.
if you come over, I will let you have one.
All right.
One.
Well, if you come to the
One.
event, Ed, I'll let you have one piece of candy out of one of the treat bags.
Mm-hmm.
That's awesome. Where's my nippers? I want to show you guys what I got.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe everybody's seen it because everybody goes to Walmart, and I don't go to Walmart enough to know. But
Mm-hmm.
this thing looked so cool, I had to buy it. Whoa.
Hmm.
Springy. Check it out.
Oh,
Nice.
That's awesome.
dragon.
It sits on your shoulder. Somehow.
StreamYard. I'm done.
Check it out.
I'm surprised your phone's not dead yet.
I stole your cord. You're welcome.
I bet Nico would freak out if he came in here now.
Yeah. He'd fight that thing off your shoulder.
Mm-hmm.
Super jealous. The problem is it's cutting the blood off from my jugular vein.
Mm-hmm. Oh, dang.
John McKenzie says, what? No Swedish fish? If you want Swedish fish, I will include one in any order that you make on the fishroomfever.com shop. Shameless plug, I know, but by God, I was going to throw it in there.
Talk to Priscilla. She can hook you up too.
Hey, Priscilla.
She probably hates those things.
Mm-hmm. I don't know.
I haven't had the white Reese's.
Oh, I love the white Reese's.
I mean, supposedly you can get a lot of good black licorice over in Sweden.
Supposedly get a lot of good black licorice.
Yeah, for what I've heard.
Well, if I ever get any, I'll send it to you, and then you'll get a whole bunch of it. But I don't know if there's such a thing as good black licorice. Oh.
Right. It's still better than candy corn.
It's another way to make me barf if I ate black licorice. Oh, so should I leave this on for the whole thing? I like how its tail just kind of like whips around.
There you go. Jeremy says, I got my supply of candy for Halloween tomorrow. Not sure if we will be getting any trick-or-treaters this year, but more candy for me if no one shows. At least I'm ready in case they do show. Yes, so we bagged up a ton of candy. I went through and made the treat bags for the event at Aquatic Marine this Saturday, and then I took my heat sealer, because I love playing with my heat sealer, and I heat sealed those little treat bags closed afterwards. So we tried to be as health conscientious as possible given everything going on.
Huh.
Still straight up.
Yeah.
I'm fortunate not have to deal with trick-or-treaters. So I live out in the middle of nowhere.
Oh, I don't do trick-or-treaters, but just for that event. Now I'm like, lights off. Nobody come by here. Please go away. We're gonna borrow some dogs for Halloween. That way we can chain them out in the yard and I'm just kidding.
Did I kind of look like Daenerys with the
You do, Ed. You've got the look, 100%.
Some three-headed black dogs from the underworld. They'll do.
Well, as we go, I'm going to actually do some work on my toy, or on my, not really toy.
Oh, Jane is making me want coffee and candy. Live coffee.
Yeah, I'll be honest. I'm going to enjoy quite a few donuts while I'm sitting up there for the event.
Dude, donuts is amazing.
Bacon,
You guys have a good
bacon
donut?
wrap donuts.
There is, I can't think of what it's called. There's actually like a mom and pop type donut place. I don't know if he's going to do that one or if he'll do like the Krispy Kreme or Dunkin' that are right up the road. But normally when he does the donuts and coffee or like the corals and coffee events, he will go to this mom and pop place that makes the best donuts.
Priscilla wants you to ask Ed what he got her.
Sweden and Switzerland are two different countries. That's yeah. Let me find the other.
What did I get her?
I don't know what you got her, but she said, James, can you ask Ed what he got me?
Mm-hmm.
Some candy. American candy that you'll probably hate.
I don't know.
I don't know. Does she like American chocolate? You can
It
ask.
really depends on the company.
I have no clue. Wyoming Adventures, yes, we still have Krispy Kreme.
I love Krispy Kremes. We have one in Chattanooga that supplies just about everybody, but it's just not the same thing.
Yeah, I can't pass up that hot and fresh sign.
No, you whatever want donuts, you drive past and there's that sign, and you're like, I'm getting donuts.
I don't know what's so good about Krispy Kreme, so I don't know.
If you've had them fresh and hot, oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
They literally disintegrate in your mouth. It's like a cotton candy donut almost. It's a donut with the consistency of cotton candy. It just disappears, and it's amazing. You can be really lazy eating them. You don't even have to chew. It makes it easier to put on 30 pounds.
Mm-hmm. Well, we have a donut shop here in town. It's just called the Donut Shop.
We've got a wonderful one called Donut
But
King. I think.
like I said, you got to get up early in the morning and get the fresh donuts.
Well, Donut King here in my town is so cool because the people bought it. It used to be a Chinese restaurant, and they never got rid of all the Chinese like statues and stuff. So there's like a giant jade frog with a cabbage sitting on a cabbage with a coin on its tongue on the counter that they have all the donuts in. So you have to look underneath the giant jade Chinese frog, and they have like Buddhas and all sorts of stuff. But it's a donut shop.
That's awesome.
It is awesome.
Are y'all catching Priscilla's art streams? She does some amazing art.
She does.
It really does. I got lucky and got to be her guest this week.
Yep.
So if anybody missed it, go check it out because I'm there. So it's almost better than what you'd normally see.
It is.
And I don't know. Let's see. Carrie, Science Gal tomorrow, I think, has Bob on as a guest. So if you want to check out Carrie, she's always cool. You can also check out Bob. And I know that Bob is going to be on the Ham show on Saturday night. And I'm hoping that I can be there for that too, but I'm not for sure if my family's, because I promised them that I would hang out with them as much as I could. And it's always a bummer when the people come in on trips or come in to visit and they come in like on Thursday. Well, I really can't hang out long on Thursday. And then Friday I do a lefty show in the afternoon, so that means I get the night. But then I do our show on Saturday night. So it really makes it tough for me to be able to hang out with my family much. So, Derek, do you have many brothers and sisters?
I have two sisters and one brother.
Oh, wow.
Other host of other family members on the dad and mom's side.
Are they older than you or younger?
They're older. I was the kind of the last one out of the batch.
Are you an uncle of any of them?
Yeah, my sister says she's had like 6 kids.
No, that's what my sister said is 6 kids.
So I've got three nephews, 2 nieces.
Oh, very cool.
3 nieces. Kara.
Wait, how many nephews? You probably have as many. If you have 3 nieces, you probably have 3 nephews. if you got 6, unless one's confused.
I think I get confused. I think it's 2 now. Let's see. So, Kai, King, 4.
One might identify as something else.
No, we have 3 nieces and 3 nephews.
Okay.
Good night, Chevy.
Night, Chevy Fish. Have a great
Yep.
night.
Chevy is so cool.
She's awesome.
And I'm not saying anything against identifying as other people.
Mm-hmm.
I say everybody should just live their own life. Just leave me alone. And Priscilla's speaking in some other foreign language.
Mm-hmm.
It's Lindot
Lint.
and
Lint chocolate.
oh, that's what she said?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What?
LANDT. I don't see the comment, but oh yeah, there we go.
I mean, it's like,
Lint and
I don't know the other one.
I'm not gonna pretend to pronounce that one.
Oh, these are my horrible glasses.
It
mm-hmm.
has the umlaut, so I'm gonna say it all wrong.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, hopefully I'll be getting plants from Big J soon. I don't know.
Ooh. GRB says, Ed, I take it you don't get any of those apple cider powdered donuts.
What?
Hmm.
Apple cider powdered donuts?
I hope he's not referring to the horrible peach cobbler ones that I had that made me so sick during the lots of vodka in that does not mix.
Ah, yeah. Ugh, microwaving donuts. Ugh.
Oh, microwaving Krispy Kremes is amazing. You can almost get that hot, fresh, glazed Krispy Kreme.
8 seconds.
Mm.
How long do you
But if you go to the science, it's like
bread
8
like that usually makes it tough and stay
See, these aren't a cake donut. These are, I don't even know what they make them out of, but these, when you microwave them, they go back to gooey status again, like they just rolled off the rack.
It's like probably 1 part flour, 2 parts air, and 5 parts sugar.
Yeah. That's why it's like cotton candy.
Really?
Oh my god. I wish I would have bought some now when I was at Walmart. I always look at them when I'm at Walmart and go, because it's just not the same thing as getting them from them.
Right.
But I should have got them. Because then I'd be eating them right now in front of me. Well, I could have a baklava. I don't know if this is going to be very good, because I like it when it's like covered in honey by some professional outfit that's actually like really, I don't know if this is Greek. What is, Priscilla, what's baklava?
That is a pastry that is made, and it's not puff pastry, but it's similar to that, and it's made with nuts and honey.
Yeah, I know that, but I was meant, what country is it from? Is it Greek?
India, I believe.
What?
I thought it was.
John McKenzie says Greek.
It is Greek? Okay, cool. Well,
Thought it was a chicken.
Okay, that sounds about right.
my Greek
Adventure says Russian.
So good.
Let's see.
Well, maybe it's Eastern European. Oh, this lid wasn't even on the plastic. I was trying to cut the plastic off the lid, but
Oh, then
Yes.
the first one as well as the location was 3,000 to 5,000 square feet, and had windows where you saw the kitchen.
Waffle pie is originally from Turkey, Greece, and the Middle East. But it was brought to Hungary by Turkish invaders during the 16th century.
Ah, okay. That makes sense. Gina Prince says her husband is half Greek.
I'm half Czech.
That's interesting.
Hey, Anna's Hobbies. How are you? Long time no see.
Oh, yeah. How you doing?
Kind of hobbies. Haven't seen you in a bit.
I'm making myself a Bakuva tool.
I was surprised you didn't treat it like a craft project and just decorate it with honey yourself.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I see the honey underneath. I love me some honey.
Mm.
I wonder what this wire came out of.
Your mouth about 3 seconds ago.
The food? I don't know. Fish filter? That would not be good.
It's eatable or edible, but I don't know.
Because he is half drunk. Mm-hmm. That's not
All
good.
I have to eat are nice extreme pellets.
Mm-hmm.
Community Crave. I've got some Community Crave handy.
Yep. I'm feeding these Blueville Bud Light Cichlid formulas right now.
We're so far down the rabbit hole, it probably won't matter even if I'm not supposed to say this. So I'll just go ahead and say this. I got on the food testers list for Extreme. So I'm very happy about that. That was one of the awesome things that happened this week.
Oh, cool.
It's really cool, but I don't know if I'd want to taste fish food.
Why not?
I don't know. I don't really care for fish. I mean, I like fish. I don't like eating them.
You don't like fish. You don't like fish dishes, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, well, I guess I do, as long as it's fried. But do they fry any of the stuff?
No, I can batter dip it at home. John Cox says, Fisherman Fever, do you have a way to photo/film something very small with a little color in the water? Think BBS, but not red/orange. So
Hey,
for really, really small
13.
stuff, you can go to Dollar Tree, and they usually have a little macro lens kit for $1. It's not the greatest. Granted, you're getting it from the Dollar Tree. There are nicer ones you can get for $5 or $6. But a macro lens is what I use for like really, really, really teeny stuff. I shoot with my phone, so the ones that I get are designed to clip right over your phone camera. So that's how I've shot a lot of really super teeny, extra small stuff.
You know,
The
Priscilla.
chocolate mud cake with Mississippi with ice cream. Yum. Yes. The Mississippi mud cake.
And thank you to everybody for the congratulations. I really do appreciate that. It's a lot of cool stuff happened this week.
That's awesome.
Amazing.
Yeah, that is really cool, James.
Got that. And I mentioned the email from Co-op, which I know a couple of people that got an email from Co-op, but that was awesome that they reached out. And then the event. And then there's one other thing, but I'm not going to tell you all about that yet. I may or may not have made an awesome list of recommended fish YouTubers on the site. So, but we'll talk about that.
That's cool.
Okay. That's cool.
James is a happening guy. How many? He's got a whole batch of videos, awesome, that he's planning.
Yep.
How many videos do you have already prepped, or not necessarily prepped, but like prepared for?
So I've not started filming all of these, but I sat down and I wrote near 30 ideas the other night. I just sat down and I said, this is a good video, this is a good video. And I bought a whole bunch of different things that I need for those videos. And they range from everything to some more DIY projects. People really like those. To my list of top 10 things from the Dollar Tree that I haven't really seen other people do these specific items. And then how to actually hack some of those things that I talk about in the list. Some of the things are like, that's not fish relevant. And then I'll do a video on how to make it the thing that I bought it for, so.
Yeah,
that's
I saw
awesome.
your DI box air filter. That was cool.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
It does, and it looks nice too. It doesn't look stupid.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Now, why would Shy laugh at that?
I'm kind of like delusional sleepy, so everything's funny.
Yeah.
I'm
Hey,
just
Sandy.
kidding. Shy.
Sandy Dottie, how you doing? So she
Shy?
cannot find a stream in Canada yet.
I know that they're even working on getting it out to Australia. I'm surprised they haven't gotten in the Canada market. I will ask about that.
I've got a question for Shy. What is the last movie you saw at the movie theater?
I don't know. I remember every theater's going out of business.
Oh, no.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, COVID.
I mean, I have kids, so I don't go to
Or
the movies a lot.
Empire, I'd say. Or YouTube.
I think the last one I saw was
Was it those Harry Potter movies?
Thanks for asking, Ed. Now I'm going to get in trouble for not remembering because it was probably a date.
it was, and Ed didn't come to this one.
Well, if I came, I'd definitely tell you what it was.
It was an Underworld,
Oh,
but it wasn't like Rise of the Lycans. It wasn't those. It was the first one that you meet Celine's kid in.
Not the
I
retelling
really
of
liked the first Underworld, but then they kind of got me all confused with all the rest because I saw them out of order.
Oh, I love that movie, Anna.
What did Anna see?
Crimes of Grindelwald,
Wait, no, she said she saw Fantastic Beasts.
which
yeah,
is
sometimes Amazon doesn't even have it.
Crimes of Grindelwald. It's one movie name title.
Stream on Amazon.
Is that the first one or the second one?
Hey, Jess.
Okay, it was Underworld Awakening. That's the last one I saw.
Underworld Awakening?
Mm-hmm.
The last movie I saw in theaters was
Star Wars.
the first of the new Star Wars series because I won 2 tickets off of the radio station to go to the premiere of it. And she, at that point in the relationship, was still refusing to watch Star Wars. So I took my best friend because he's a Star Wars super nerd like myself. So,
It's the all kind of stuff I'll stay with the kids.
The first
Actually,
one gave us both.
the last
And then,
movie I saw in the movie theater was actually Rogue One.
Rogue One was pretty good.
Yeah, it was pretty good. I mean, not even a Star Wars fan. I went with my friend. He's a big Star Wars fan.
Wyoming, have a great night. Appreciate you hanging out with us all night. Gina French, sorry, you missed the Q&A on Shy questions. That was in the first stream.
I'm gonna let him tell it. I want to see how he says it.
I think my last movie I saw.
Dr. Black. Good eye, Dr. Black.
Good day, Dr. Black. Good old Blackie, he's awesome.
Come on up
Was
here,
the
mate.
Harriet Tubman movie. It was right before the COVID hit. But see, I have like the pass, so I can see 3 movies a week. I think. Yeah, I can see up to 3 movies a week.
So, Gina, I will answer your question. At first, I want to address Priscilla asking, wait, Ed comes on your dates. So, that came from...
Somebody asked, wait, let me handle this. Sometimes you need help on a date to make sure that it's going to be fun.
There you go. That's
where I come in.
So you chaperone?
No, what had happened was she was talking like date-related stuff, and I was talking like, hey, we could go visit some fish stores. And she's like, yeah. And then I'm like, Ed can come too, because I love going to fish stores with Ed. So she's like, oh, great. Now you're inviting Ed on our dates? I'm like, well, I wasn't thinking date. I was thinking fish store hopping.
But I had specifically said
So that's where the Ed goes on our dates part came from.
I used to take my buddy Clint's wife to movies because Clint hated watching movies, but she loved them. So I used to go. I took her to all the Lord of the Rings movies. So I don't know. We used to have a good time going to movies.
Okay, so the very short synopsis and family-friendly version of how Shy and I met is that I had a friend who wanted to go see this girl who did not have a car. So I drove him over there to this girl's house. This girl then said, "Hey, I have a cute best friend. Let me get her over here." And the cute best friend was Shy. There you go.
Cool.
And you were happy because Shy talked to you?
Yeah.
That's awesome. Was Shy shy?
No.
All right. Way to go, girl.
And here's the thing. So this was back when I was still in the hobby. This was before I had taken the break out of the hobby. She was actually interested in my fish. So that was, I knew instantly she was a keeper because she wanted to see my fish tanks. So there you go.
Nice.
Oh, hey, Candy. Sorry, didn't see you there for a second for some reason.
Well, Shy, was James charming when you first met him?
No, he's actually very shy.
No, I and that's the funny thing about being on YouTube. When it comes to approaching females, especially back then, I was very, very, very shy.
Especially back then. How many of you approached you lately?
I'm not, but you always call me a flirt, and that's just
You
because
are.
I'm an extroverted personality now. But
Mhm.
like I avoided women, and how do I phrase this? My previous relationships were, "Hey, you're going to date me," and I'm like, "Okay, that works." It was pretty much, you had to be that straightforward. Otherwise, I wasn't reading the signs. I was just taking you for nice, and I wasn't overstepping my boundaries. So,
Not
hey,
a flirt.
look who we've got here. Thank you for the segue to something else there, Diego / multiple aquarium, Petzotic / multiple aquariums, Diego.
Awesome. Well, he came up, but he's not. We don't have his image or his volume. So he's just here in spirit.
Maybe he was backstage while I was trying to avoid telling that embarrassing story.
I'm sorry.
That's
Well,
fair.
I don't know.
Shy, he has never hit on a girl ever on any of our trips.
See, now I have to pay Ed that $50 I said I'd pay to tell her that.
Hey, just give me 3% off on the Moss
Just buy
Mans.
more fish.
You got it, Ed.
You know,
He actually
Yeah.
had no beard, Blackie.
Yeah, I had no beard. So back
No
then,
beard.
I just had a mustache. And it came from working at McDonald's. You couldn't have a beard. You couldn't have facial hair down past the edge of your top lip. So I just had this mustache thing going on.
Mhm.
Had I shaved the
You had
mustache
the-
at that point? Oh, I did have the goatee. Okay,
But it was like to your face.
gotcha. Yeah. So I did the short
no
goatee thing for
chocolate, no
forever.
donuts. Oh well.
I wasn't allowed to have a beard for a long time, and then finally, and now I'm not allowed to shave it. So I'm going to shave it for Halloween.
Right.
Oh, sorry to hear that, BJ Palmer.
so James, are you ready for your Halloween costume?
I am. My Halloween costume is not so much a costume.
Hmm.
Oh, well, I will be wearing 2 different costumes. One tomorrow night and one on Saturday.
Yes, it sucks that After Shower got canceled.
Yes, we were supposed to be in Dallas right now hanging out with Cheppy. Singing. And he said he would take us to a karaoke bar and sing. That would have been awesome.
That sucks.
I've never heard James at a karaoke bar.
And you never will.
Oh,
Getting ready for the Mandalorian.
Been in the radio's on and he won't stop singing.
3 a.m. Disney Plus kids are waiting on me.
when does James like to sing?
In the car. To the radio that I'm not
Oh.
allowed to listen to in Ed's car.
So,
Yeah,
those
well-
tips and tricks.
I love to listen to music, but when I've got a friend there, I prefer to talk because I never get to talk.
And see, my thing is in the car is you're not allowed to talk. The radio goes on. Not allowed to talk. We're listening to the radio.
Huh.
So I been killing you
No.
all of our road trips?
No, but I don't know. I enjoy the radio. That's one of my happy places is driving. I enjoy driving, and I really enjoy the radio. So kind of like that fish room level of happiness.
Well, next time I won't talk at all.
No, I like your talk.
Yeah.
That's like I almost said something that would have sounded. I was just say that's like a private live stream, but people might have taken that inappropriately.
Put it this way, when he gets back from the events, I hear more about the car talks than the events.
We ought to do more car. That one live stream we did from the car was a lot of fun.
That
You
works.
remember?
Yeah, I got some.
Oh yeah, I saw that one. That was fun.
Some flack from some people about I should stop doing that and I should just record it in higher quality and upload it after the fact, so it's not so grainy. But
Oh,
I like it in real time.
I do too.
Yeah.
I like
Do
sharing.
what you want. Don't listen to the haters, I guess.
That's pretty much my thing. And I understand the concept behind that, but you all enjoy that stuff so much that I'm like, no, I'm not gonna not do that for people.
I'm going to just make sure you're keeping your eyes on the road.
Oh yeah, I do the streaming. It does
when I see people doing that.
I don't know if Shy's ever been in my truck. Have you ever been in my truck, Shy?
We went to the fish store.
Aquatic aesthetics and ponds and plants.
Yeah.
Oh, well, I guess you could have hit a mic then in my car.
I mean, usually if I'm driving, I can talk. But if I'm not driving, I usually just fall asleep.
While you're driving?
No, when I'm not driving, when I'm a passenger.
So Ed can attest to that, and so can Bob Kaler. If I'm in the back seat on these fish adventures, I will fall asleep. I used to get really bad motion sickness, and one of the ways to combat that was to go to sleep. So anytime they put me in the back seat on a trip, and I say they put me, but I always voluntarily take the back seat, except Ed's claimed infinite shotgun in Bob's truck because the seat's so nice.
Oh,
I don't think
that'd be nice, but I don't mind.
But
His back seat's pretty cool too, though.
it is. It really is. But I always take a nap if it's a long
Bob's
trip.
truck just kicks butt all the way around. Bob has like the coolest truck that you can have.
I about broke my hip trying to get into Ed's truck. It's not short people friendly.
Yeah, that's bad when I have to try to drive my mom somewhere. Normally, I have to drive her around in their car when I drive them places.
I feel
It's
that.
not
I
built
feel
for
big
short
in it. My truck's pretty high off the ground, so.
So I added this little bar right here. Oops, not right there, right here.
What is that?
So it'll just look a little cooler. This is part of my forearm.
Oh, cool.
I think I'll put a little bit of paint on it later. But yep. I had a different thing planned for tonight that I was going to do, and I'm not going to tell you guys, but it's kind of crafty, so I bet you a lot of people will enjoy it. The only person I told was Priscilla, but I had to do costumes instead
Mm-hmm.
the last several days. So hopefully next week I'll be able to do it. And I can tell you, James, but I won't tell you right now because I'd like to let everybody know.
Trips,
And then
trip,
you can
Green.
whisper it into
Trip.
Shy's ear.
green. Oh, okay.
So, Shy, what are you thinking about all these guppies?
Yeah, people started the chat function on StreamYards is
I'm gonna play
Well-
the fifth.
if you're on phone. So, if I'm not missing
Okay, let
anyone.
me put it this way. I like the guppies. I think the guppies are pretty. They're cute. I also don't really see the point in having guppies
Mhm.
everywhere.
Oh,
Yeah, but you're
you should try to
the
get some.
I would much
and, like,
rather have like a
You like
cichlid tank where
the
I
cichlids, yeah.
enjoy looking at it. There's your different levels. Like the whole tank is busy versus you get to the guppy tank and everything's just right there at the top.
Oh, I take it back. She might not be a keeper.
So cool. I could just
Go get me a drink, please.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Well, right. What you should do is get like
Whatever you need, darling.
guppy.
hmm
You should get a particular type of guppy and try to breed it out, and then it'd be your own special guppy.
Mm. Mm. Some people just like cichlids.
We saw. Okay. I was doing that. I don't know if James. I thought James had updated on it. I don't know, but
No.
I was very specifically trying to make a line of guppies with a blue and orange tail, and then some of the guppies that he had got from LRB, when you had them under the light, they had like this green sheen to their body.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
So
hey,
I had
Griffin.
pulled them out and like I went through and made sure I got the green sheen. I put everything in a tank and I was going to try to breed them and call them the gator guppies.
Gator guppies?
Mm-hmm.
That's awesome.
Cool.
So I was going to make gator guppies, but he had temporarily stored the jaguar cichlid, the big male jaguar cichlid, in the tank beside where I had this brand of guppies going. And we went to sleep and we woke up and the jaguar had hopped into the guppy tank and ate them all.
Ate them all?
All.
Oh my god.
Eating the fry.
Was there even bits of them or anything, or just swallowed them down?
I'll just swallow it down.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, wow.
As that is, it'd be probably pretty cool
Dropped
to see.
some fish food in there and it was just his big mouth that was
Yeah.
coming up.
So, what is your favorite cichlid, Shy? Or Shay? If I'm saying that right?
It's Shaw.
Shy, okay.
I don't know why Priscilla's like, wow, I love her.
So, what is your favorite cichlid, if you have one?
My favorite cichlid. Do I have to do an overall favorite? Can I break it down by lake?
Whatever you
Let's
want.
say you could have a tank of any type of cichlid you want. Brand new.
If it's a
Not
tank
It
of,
doesn't even have to be fish that you already have.
it'd be Frontosa.
Ooh, me
I
too.
want a Frontosa tank, but like I want the
Those are cool.
black and blue Frontosa that everybody thinks of when you say Frontosa, the hump head. But then I also want like the red Frontosas. Those are like my guilty pleasure. I love the red Frontosa. But I also have the Black
never
Widow Frontosa over there. That's really, really cool.
Not another version of the red
What's
one.
a Black Widow look like?
Like, cool.
I'll pull it up and have James do the screen share thing.
Good old Dr. Black. Hey, Griffin. I saw Griffin in the chat earlier.
Well,
You want to pull it up?
what are they called? Dantoids?
Datnoids?
Datnoids, yes. Now, where do they come from?
Water.
I mean, are they African?
The local fish store.
My local fish store has them. They've got the black and white ones. I mean, there's also the brown ones too, right?
Yeah, there's the ones that get like the orange to them. There are a couple different variations of datnoids, and some get much larger than others, but they're all very slow growing. I can't think of the origin. Somebody's probably already put it in. Let me find this page. She's on Black Widow Frontosa. Share.
I like those though. I think I would probably get those.
I love my datnoids.
This is the
Ooh.
Black Widow.
What one does
Oh,
yours
cool.
look like?
Mine, kinda. It's more like this one.
Oh, I like
Oh,
that.
cool.
Did you name it? Is it a girl?
He is a boy,
Oh.
Mhm.
and at the moment he
Lame.
does not have a name.
Do you eat there,
I
mate?
just can't have a good name for him.
Well, the Black Widow movie is about to come out. Whatever her dad's name is, I'd go with that.
I don't know her dad's name. I know her brother's name is Pietro.
Was he the old Russian guy? The guy who played Hellboy. He's also in that kid show on HBO or on Netflix, Stranger Things, the sheriff.
Hmm.
I've never seen it.
So,
Well, I'm surprised. I think you would love Stranger Things.
We watched
Just
like
like
3 episodes, and I was like, okay, I'm done.
it's exactly like Harry Potter.
No,
No.
There's like this girl doing magic, and there's monsters flying around.
not even remotely close.
Stranger Things is more like reminiscent of like the Twilight Zone.
Ron Perlman.
Twilight
Yeah,
Zone
that's
is just one episode. This one seems like it goes on forever and ever, a lot like Harry Potter.
Mm. No.
They just made way too many kid movies than they needed to.
So
Luckily, they're making Harry Potter all grown up now with the Fantastic Beasts.
it's not
Yeah,
even
I heard
Harry
about that.
Potter. It's like
Yeah.
a whole different world.
Wait,
I was not a big fan of Harry Potter, so.
ooh, don't say
Yeah, me
that.
neither.
I'm shy.
I'm just gonna hold this.
You up.
Happy
I
right
only
here.
saw the movie. I've
Fantastic.
actually seen all the movies because my mom was a fan. My mom was a big fan of the movies and the books.
Fantastic
Which I would say
Beasts.
the books were way better than the movies.
I bet Shy's read the books too. She knows everything about Harry Potter. She's very impressive.
Mhm.
I
Kind
respect
of a
it.
nerd.
What's the name of his owl?
Hmm?
His little owl at the beginning?
Hedwig.
Hedwig. Hedwig. And
Hedwig. Hedwig.
and it ended up dying at some point or got away because it was not in the last movie.
It died in the Battle of the Seven Potters.
I bet that was.
Mm.
yes,
Yes.
Go ahead.
What?
Say I was answering John Cox. I said Fantastic Beasts is before Potter, right, Shy? Yes, it is before Harry Potter.
Fantastic Beast is about. See, I don't know, because they messed up the timeline so terribly
I wish they
in
would have made
so many
Fantastic
ways, but
Beasts
it's supposed
first.
to be about 50 years before Harry Potter.
Mhm.
They really messed up. They should have made that first. And then maybe I would have got more into Harry Potter.
I don't know. The same could be said about Star Wars, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Well, see, and like,
I'm playing devil's advocate. Don't kill me, people.
they
I'm
messed
a
up the
Star Wars fan.
timeline, and then not only did they mess up the timeline, they changed significant parts of the backstory from Harry Potter in the Fantastic Beasts movies, so it just kind of like split everything to the point where most people, like Potterheads, say they're two completely different worlds.
I like.
Because, like, one instance, in Harry Potter,
Excuse me.
Dumbledore is supposed to be in love with Grindelwald. Like, that was part of what set him down his path, is how in love with Grindelwald he is. But then you come over to the Fantastic Beasts movie when they actually have the chance to really show this,
Is
and they
Grindelwald
make it more of like a brotherhood.
Oh, they're gay guys? I have no idea what's going on here.
They're not really. it's never been confirmed that they were romantically involved, just that Dumbledore was in love with Grindelwald.
Hmm. Okay.
Down the Potter wormhole we have gone.
Yeah, I'll stop because I can like delve way into this.
I mean, I liked Harry Potter up until they killed Sirius Black.
Hmm.
I hate Sirius Black, so
I love that character.
I'm not
The
gonna
only
touch it.
character I know is Harry Potter.
So,
Sirius
I mean-
Black is great, and the movie is if you know absolutely nothing of the backstory.
mhm.
Who's the guy who played in Die Hard?
Alan Rickman.
Alan Rickman.
He's awesome.
That's
Yeah.
yeah. Snape is her favorite character.
There's my little Snape.
Very
He
cool.
was to me, he was like, besides Sirius Black, he was the only cool character.
I thought that big giant guy was pretty cool too because he was big.
Hagrid.
Hagrid.
He was dwarf, but he was gigantic.
Hagrid.
Hagrid was,
And
he was cool.
actually, in the
He
books, he's about 4 times bigger than what they made him.
Whoa, that's cool.
They had to take some creative liberty.
Ooh, Dr. Black says the comics are awesome. Wait a minute. Is he talking about superhero comics or cartoon comics like Saturday morning? Do they have those?
Star Wars?
I think he's talking about The Mandalorian, which is Star Wars series.
I haven't seen that.
Snape was
It's on-
definitely the best.
you have to get Disney Plus to see it, which I think is really rude. So I'm not going to go down that rabbit hole.
I want to do it sometime when I know I have a week off where I don't have to do nothing and just watch the whole thing. Because I love Mandalorians. See, I know a little bit about Star Wars. I can talk Star Wars. Oh, the Star
I've
Wars.
seen them all now.
And so,
I have the original Star Wars comics. And Priscilla, I don't have a website. Wait, what's my website? SwissAquatics.com. Did I do that right?
yeah.
Somebody please, do we have any anybody that can post a link to her website so she can go to it?
I'd rather get Hulu or something.
Yep. Blackie, I'm going to do the exact same thing.
I think I need to go buy a website domain name real quick. Hold on a second. I'll be listening. I just had a good idea.
The best ideas always come in the middle of the night. Yeah.
I have not watched any of the Mandalorian movies. I've always just been a huge fan of Boba Fett. So I love all Mandalorian stuff.
And it's more of a series, I think. I don't think it's actually I'm not sure. I'm not sure how they're doing it. Because I don't really care for Star Wars.
They got a really good producer to do the movie because they really, or do the TV show. It's actually the guy who directed the Iron Man movies. He's Iron Man's butler. He's the producer of The Mandalorian, and he's awesome. And I mean, I got no problem with political stuff, but don't put it in my movies. And that's how they ruined Star Wars. It's trying to be political. Voice their
Priscilla's personal assistant. Okay.
Don't tell Bob that. 'Cause that's what I'm paid for him. Even though I've been buying most of the cake lately.
I mean, it's
Should.
like,
Hey, when are you and Shy going to come down here so I can take Shy to the place where I got you that cake?
That's a great question.
Um,
Shy, you would love it. And you guys could, it'd be like a date.
I
while you
could
guys
probably
drive.
get a babysitter for Monday.
I might be able to do Monday because I don't know what time my niece and nephew are leaving town, but hopefully I don't have to hang out with them on Monday anyway. So that would maybe be really good. I could also renew my membership and I could take you guys to the aquarium if you want to. I have to call ahead of time though to make sure that they know we're coming because it's all by reservations. But I think
Yeah, I can
really,
almost also I can get someone to watch the kids on Monday if you want to do Monday.
oh, that'd be cool. What do you think,
Yep,
James?
another date with Ed.
Yeah,
Mhm.
we get another third wheel date.
Yeah, and I'm the third wheel.
Oh, well, thank you, Shy. I thought I was the third wheel, and it's like I'm making all the plans. Dadgummit.
Mm-hmm. Oh, what?
So, Dr. Black, what have you been up to lately?
My question is why is Blackie not up here?
I don't know. Maybe we need to drop him the link.
Ah, I said he should come up.
Can you do that?
Here.
It's been a little while since we've dropped the link.
All
right, I'm buying it. I have to do it. Ed got it stuck in my head.
What are you buying?
I'll tell you once I own it.
Mm.
Hey, Dead Fred.
Hold on just a second.
What's up? Dead Fred 821, how you doing?
Hey, Dead Fred, I'm sorry I'm eating on live camera, but it's Bacula. So good. But it's not really that good because it's like Americanized.
Or I should say, hi, Dirk. That's crazy. Me and Dead Fred have the same name. We just spell it differently.
Yeah, I was surprised there were so many ways to spell Derek.
Yeah.
And there's like even 2 ways to spell John, so it doesn't surprise me.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it's like what? Gregory? Or George? I don't know.
I tell you, I was really enjoying that stream you guys had last night with Dead Fred.
Oh, yeah, that was
And he
awesome.
was talking about all of his old action figures and stuff. I had all the G.I. Joes. And I gave them to my little brother. And one day, I was like in college, I came home. And my brother is in his bedroom. And he's got like my dad's pliers. And he's just taking the G.I. Joes going clip, clip, clip. Just cutting down their legs. And I was like, oh my gosh, I almost killed him.
I would have.
But I still have some of my original Star Wars toys.
Oh, Blackie.
So, Ed, I'm blaming you for this because you've tried to apply the lrbaquatics.com jingle to like everything. So I had to go and buy not lrbaquatics.com.
Not lrbaquatics.com.
Why?
Because it fits in the jingle perfectly. And I can go play with it and have fun. And it's 2 o'clock in the morning. Give me a break.
So what is it?
There's nothing there yet, but I'm going to totally build a website. Let Lucas know. I'm going to send him a picture of it. Hi, I am not Lucas Bretz.
But I can tell you who he is.
I'm not Lucas, but let me tell you all about Lucas.
That's it. We're going to make it a Lucas Bretz fan page.
Lucas
Yay.
is my friend.
He's probably
Lucas
up.
Bretz,
I should text him.
the bearded man with the pond. I don't know. Does he have a beard? I think he has a beard.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
He has a beard. You know,
Okay.
Dead Fred, I bought Starscream. It was
I actually went
before.
from watching LRB to watching Haley from Oddball Aquatics, and then never went back to watching LRB.
Ah, well, don't tell him that. But, well, I bought Starscream, the F-16,
Oh,
before they were transformed.
whatever.
They had some off Japanese brand name, and my grandma would always buy me one toy at the local drugstore, and that's what I picked was Starscream, but it wasn't with the Transformers tag, and they came out like the next year. It was so crazy. The only difference, I mean, it was the exact same everything, except I think it had little missiles that shot out of the wings that you could add, and I think they ended up taking the missiles off probably because they were like choking hazards.
Starscream. Oh man, that was a good character.
Oh yeah,
Such a good character.
I knew Blackie liked Vader because he has that TIE fighter, Vader's TIE fighter.
What?
Mm-hmm.
Look like the angels are wanting to make some babies.
I told you. There's a pair over here, Charm, and a pair over there.
Well, I don't know how much
Welcome back,
longer
DJ Palmer.
I'm going to stay on simply for the fact I need to feed fish and turn off fish lights, and I've got to move a ton of stuff out of storage tomorrow and do YouTube content stuff.
That's
Yeah, yeah.
I've
Yeah.
got to make a crown for my dad's Halloween costume.
Well,
So,
hopefully we've been on long enough to make up for the time you're about to lose. If not, we'll be back next week.
yep,
Yeah. Thanks for having me on.
you bet. Thanks, Derek, for coming on. And
Welcome.
thanks, everybody, for coming out and hanging out. Does anybody have one quick fish question before James goes to bed or turns it out? And
Somebody
James,
asked me a fish question like way up there, but I don't remember what it was.
actually, Shy will answer it.
Yeah, Priscilla nailed it. I'm randomly buying websites. I need to go to get away from the computer and go to bed. Getting
Yeah.
sleepy.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you, Candy, for being an awesome person. Mods that might be out there still. I don't know. Maybe all we have is Candy. I mean, you don't need to get any better, but
I was going to say, all we have is candy?
yeah, all you need is Candy.
Exactly.
He's so sweet to put up with us this long.
Derek, 44 Mad Guy Fishing More. Thanks for coming up on the panel. If anybody
Thanks for
here
having
isn't
me.
subscribed to Derek, go check his channel out, please.
Thank you. Actually, I'm kind of in the streaming mood, so I'll probably set up a stream in the next few minutes.
There you
Anyone's
go.
interested?
So we'll get a link for Derek in here, and y'all can head over, and it'll pop up when his stream comes on.
Sounds awesome. I'll try to get over there as soon as I get some materials to start making this crown for my dad.
Okay. Yeah.
Thank you all. Have a Merry Halloween if I don't see you before. And everybody have a great night's rest, except for Blackie, who's probably in the middle of the day.
Right. Take care,
Yeah.
everybody.